On the night of March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, a Boeing 777 carrying 239 passengers and crew, lifted off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 12:41 a.m., bound for Beijing. The weather was clear, the aircraft was in perfect condition, and the experienced Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah and First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid were at the controls, exchanging routine communications with air traffic control until 1:19 a.m. The final word from the cockpit were heard. "Good night, Malaysian 370." 2 minutes later, the plane's transponder stopped transmitting, and its radar signature vanished. Unknown to the public at the time, military radar later tracked the jet turning sharply west, crossing the Malay Peninsula and flying back over the Strait of Malacca before disappearing entirely over the Andaman Sea. Over the following hours, families waited in agony as officials issued vague statements. But within days it became clear this was no ordinary accident. The aircraft had traveled for more than 6 hours after its last radio contact, guided only by automated satellite handshakes that painted a chilling picture. MH370 had likely ended its flight somewhere in the remote southern Indian Ocean, far from any land. What followed was the largest and most expensive search in aviation history, with ships, submarines, and satellites scanning over 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor, yet finding nothing but silence. Years later, fragments of the plane's wing, flaperon, and other debris washed up on distant shores like Reunion Island, Mozambique, and Madagascar, confirming its fate but not explaining its end. Theories swirled. Was it a deliberate act by the captain, who had plotted a similar route on his home simulator? Was a hijacking gone wrong? A catastrophic mechanical failure that slowly starved the cabin of oxygen? Or something darker involving undisclosed military action? Conspiracy theorists speculated about secret cargo, intelligence agencies, and even the possibility of the plane being hidden. Official investigations concluded with the grim reality that the cause could not be determined without the wreckage and flight recorders. For the families, the absence of answers became a torment. Every anniversary marked by grief, unanswered questions, and flickers of hope. For the aviation world, MH370 became a haunting reminder that even in the 21st century, a modern jetliner could simply vanish. And somewhere beneath thousands of meters of cold, crushing water lies the final chapter of a story that may never be told. In the months following the disappearance, the investigation unfolded like a slow-burning thriller, with every new lead raising more questions than answers. Satellite data analysis by the British company Inmarsat revealed a seventh arc, a curved line across the southern Indian Ocean where the final handshake between the aircraft and satellite occurred, narrowing the possible crash site, but also confirming it lay in one of the most remote, hostile environments on Earth. Search vessels like the Australian ship Fugro Equator deployed sonar scanners and autonomous underwater vehicles, mapping the ocean floor in painstaking detail, revealing underwater mountains, trenches, and shipwrecks, but no sign of the Boeing 777. The psychological toll on the families was devastating. Many gathered in Beijing and Kuala Lumpur, holding vigils, demanding answers, and accusing authorities of withholding information. In 2015 and 2016, when the first debris washed ashore, it reignited both hope and frustration. Hope that the mystery could be solved, and frustration that such finds were scattered and provided no clues about the events inside the cockpit during those final hours. Experts analyzed the flaperon and wing fragments, noting damage patterns consistent with a high-speed impact. Yet without the black boxes, the flight's final moments remained speculation. Some investigators suggested a ghost flight scenario, in which a sudden decompression rendered everyone unconscious while the plane flew on autopilot until fuel exhaustion. Others argued for a controlled ditching by someone in command, possibly to hide the aircraft in deep waters where recovery was impossible. In the background, more chilling theories emerged. Secret cargo involving sensitive electronics destined for China, a mid-air interception by foreign forces, even claims of a hidden landing at a remote airfield, each theory attracting both believers and skeptics. Documentaries, Books and leaked reports kept the story alive in public memory, while oceanographers used drift analysis to estimate where debris would have originated, suggesting the crash site might have been north of the official search zone. By 2018, the official search was suspended, but an American company, Ocean Infinity, mounted a privately funded mission, combing vast swaths of the seabed with advanced underwater drones, again with no result. The mystery had transformed into a global obsession, a riddle at the intersection of science, politics, and human tragedy. Today, Flight MH370 is not just a case file. It is a symbol of the limits of modern technology, the fragility of truth, and the enduring pain of not knowing. The sea, vast and merciless, still guards its secret, and until the wreck is found, the final story of those 239 souls will remain suspended between fact and legend.